Hello, you amazing hackers. Hope you're all doing well. This is the Rat speaking, and today we're going to talk a little bit about security career paths and which certifications you can take to get better and to get where you want to be in your career. So let's get right into it. In my opinion, you can divide the careers into two separate topics. You can go into the blue team or into the red team side. You have your more security architecture type personalities that go into a career like the system administrator, that kind of role, the people who will make sure that your firewalls are up, the people who will work at companies like network hosters and make sure that all the security issues there are covered. And then of course you have your attacking people more, you have your pen testers, you have your ethical hackers, you have the people on the red team who test those security vulnerabilities. Now, when we're talking about the blue side, we're talking a little bit more about certifications like CompTIA, Certified Ethical Hacker, CISSP. Those kind of certifications are what I would recommend for the beginner to intermediate level. For the more advanced, I'm not really sure because blue teaming is not really my thing. So that's why I'm also not able to give you guys much career advice on that. What I can tell you guys is that if you want to be a blue teamer, you have to be very methodological, because you really have to be able to follow your own checklist every time and time again. You have to be perfect in what you do because you want to make sure that you are able to cover all of your security weaknesses that you have in your system. Now, on the red team, more on the red team side, you have your penetration testers and your also bug bounty hunters, you have your security consultants. Those are the kind of people that have certifications like me, ranging from, you can also start with CompTIA, of course. There are also others. I'm not really familiar with those, so if you have any suggestions, also feel free to leave them in the comments below. I would love to hear from you guys. When you go to the more intermediate level, of course you have the offensive security stuff, OSCP, you've got your OSEE, OSWE, all of that kind of stuff, capturing the perimeter. That course is really interesting, but I think I'm going to go with OSWE first. That one looks really interesting for me. Personally, I really like attacking web applications, so if that's something for you, I would highly recommend the OSWE path. If you're more into the system administrative hacking kind of things, like getting a foothold, getting privilege escalation, I would definitely recommend capturing the perimeter. That's a more advanced course. And then of course you have their prestigious course that they only teach once a year at Black Hat, which is really something most hackers aspire for, I think, especially if you do it in this range, if you really want to do the foothold privilege escalation kind of stuff. But there's also, of course, professional pen testers that go into a company and just are required to go up to a foothold and don't require you to actually reach privilege escalation. So it really all depends. More on the blue side of things, again, I'm going to switch over a little bit just to make it a little more interesting. On the blue side, you can, of course, work for big names. I know some people who work for AWS, for example. They help set up the infrastructure there, they help keep things safe, they help keep the bug bounty programs up, all that kind of stuff. Then of course you've also got your people who work at bug bounty platforms, your triagers. They have to verify that your bugs are valid before they get sent to the companies, which is also a really interesting job if you ask me. Also have your security analysts, your malware analysts. That's also a really interesting thing if you ask me. It's not really for me, I'm not good at it, so I can't give you guys much information on security malware analysis, but I have a good friend who has a channel on that, so I'll link it in the channel description below. And the last thing I wanted to tell you guys about, of course, is that whatever path you choose, it really doesn't matter. You're going to have to keep learning. That's really important, that mentality of I want to learn more. And I don't think that's a problem with you guys, because you're watching my channel, you're watching everybody else's channel, and you're looking up guides. So you have that go-getter mentality, and I know you can do it. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you liked the video. If you did, please subscribe. It really helps, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.